What's up, everybody? We're back again for round 3 of our Value Breach 5 Judgment Day CEDH tournament. It's going to be a stacked pot as we get into the mid-rounds of this tournament. We're starting to see some winners emerge. We have the Vivi player from last game, Troy. We have Rogsai, who won the last round very, very early on. Rami on that. We have Ben, was he on Timna and what? I didn't catch who was on, Ryan. What's the other deck? Yep, Timna Crom. And then Rog Thras, yeah. Then we have Bob on Rog Thras. He's seen a lot of success with this Rog Thras deck. Going last is a little unfortunate, but he's still going to be a force to be reckoned with in this game. It's going to be really interesting to see how it shakes out. These are 3 very, very, very prolific decks, and then Vivi. So,
what's interesting about this is this is our 3rd round today. This is the first game we're seeing on stream with partners, not just one set, 3 sets, which is kind of the standard in CEDH.
That's true. That's a good point. It's been a lot of spicy stuff, and now we're seeing more of the tried and true, like locked in decks that we see at a lot of bigger tournaments finding success. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Rogsai and the Vivi deck, both decks that want to go off a little bit early. Vivi's a little bit more comfortable waiting than Rogsai is, but they're still trying to go early. The TNK, obviously, a mid-range deck, able to do both, but probably trying to let the game go a little bit longer. Rog Thras, a deck that famously wants to just amass a bunch of resources and let the game kind of spin out before it starts to do its thing. Rog Thras really does well towards like the mid to later stages of the game. It's a deck that wants to make a lot of mana with Gaia's Cradle, and then utilize that Gaia's Cradle mana to just bury Gaia's Cradle mana. There we go. To just bury other players in value completely.
Now, because I'm always a non-meta conformist, I'm actually rooting for the Vivi player. Like partners are tried and true. They're very strong and stable in CEDH. But I want this newcomer to come in.
For you standard players, look away while he finishes saying this.
In specifically CEDH, standard, modern, yeah, get Vivi out the door. But in terms of here, I kind of want to see this Vivi player, if not just win, but hopefully win, but really show like what the kind of stand up to this partner deck and show what it can do.
Yes, I'm excited. Going first and on a faster deck is very well positioned. It's going to have to watch out for early wins from Rogsai. We saw him sneak it on turn 2 last round. We didn't see, but we heard of it. He's going to have to watch out for counter spells coming out of the Rog Thras and the Timna Crom decks, but I think he has a good shot. Especially if he waits for his window after the Rogsai deck. If we see the Rogsai deck go first and the Vivi deck go after that and try to go for a win in a similar window with Flash Speed, for example, then it'll be really good for him. Turn order is kind of screwing him a little bit, being before the Rogsai deck in turn order. Not great for him, but it's still a pretty good position to be in.
And now they're seeing, like, this is the 3rd round. We have a lot of tried and true decks here. There's a lot on the line in this tournament. First place gets a Volcanic Island and $350.
That's true.
This is a pretty deciding match. I would imagine if you don't make it in this match, you're probably not making it into the top 10. So that would it'll be tough. So this is a pretty big
wager
thing.
That I think all of the players in here are more or less locked for top 10. They're playing for seeding position. So the way the top 10 works is there'll be 2 pods that play, and the winners of those 2 pods get into the top 4, and the top 2 players for the whole tournament are just locked for top 4 automatically. So everyone here's got to win. So unless we see a lot of players with 1 win at the tournament, which isn't always the case, most of these players I think are pretty locked in for top 10. This will guarantee it for them and put them in contention for one of those top 2 spots if they win it.
And definitely the top 2 spots would be way more comfortable to get that first place prize and have to slug out another round before the top 4.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so we're cutting to the game right now, and here we got Rogsai, Timna Crom, as you said, Rog Thras, and Vivi.
Looks like they're going in the right order this time, which is good. And they started it off with a Mystic Remora from the Vivi player. Rog being played out from the Rogsai player. It looks like a pass.
Yep, that is it. It's on Timna Crom now, kind of checking the hand, seeing what they want to do.
I'm really interested to see what we see. Oh, and an Esper Sentinel. That's a great turn 1 opener.
Esper Sentinel and a Mystic Remora are both in play at the same time. There's a lot of card advantage being passed around here, for sure.
We'll see if this Rog Thras sandbags it. Nope, he's not. It's just going straight into another Mystic Remora. RIP for our Rogsai player. And not casting a tutor at instant speed here in response to the Esper Sentinel indicates that this might be a slower hand coming out of the Rogsai. When you see Rogsai play land pass on turn 1, you really expect a Vampiric Tutor or a Mystical Tutor coming out of them. But I feel like they would have played that in response to one of these draw engines at least. Maybe they thought they could sandbag past the Esper, but I would have played it in response to the Mystic Aura. So not seeing that now indicates to me that either there's something funky going on or this rock side is on a slower hand.
And this is a tough situation to have a slower hand with all the other players really getting a pretty quick turn one card advantage tool at their disposal. They're going to fall behind it pretty quickly if they don't make something happen.
No, and you don't want to get buried in card advantage from players who have card advantage engines in the command zone, like literally every deck. Well, the Vivi doesn't, but it has a lot going for it still. The other two decks, though, here, the Rog Thras and the T&K, have card advantage in the command zone. Looks like it's just a...
Yeah, you're all set, Bob. If it's my turn, I'll move to untap and upkeep. I'll pay for the fish.
Mystic Aura being paid for, card being drawn, 2 mana available, presuming there's a land drop, and we'll see that the Vivi player kind of does anything and just kind of ships the turn along. There is a lot of, like as you see, this Mystic Aura and Esper Sentinel. The passing turn makes sense here.
Looks like the video's a little skewed.
Esper Sentinel, Mystic Remora. This one will be first.
Oh, and there we go. Culling. It's just a turn 2 Nos?
Calling the week. I have fast pass.
All right. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Cast the Nos. Let's go, Rami. There it is. We were wrong. We're so bad at predicting people's turbo tempo this time. I guess just me.
Well, he just had it in hand. He didn't need to cast any sort of tutors or sort. He's just like, I got Rog, I got a Culling, and I got Nightnaws. What else does one need?
We got a pass off the T&K. Oh, there's the Force Negation. Bob always has the interaction.
Force Negation is tough. We'll see if the Rockside has any other counter magic following up. They do not. That Nightnaws is just gone.
Gone. We'll see what else he's got. I'm sure he's got a follow-up play to that.
So card being drawn here. I think the Rockside is kind of on the back foot. We'll see if they're able to pull anything out from their hand later on. But I think they're kind of taking a back seat for now and seeing how the game plays out.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them drop a draw engine turn 3, but you never know. This game's going to go long, so I could also see him keeping a hand that does that, seeing if he can push through early. And there's a Mystic Remora, speaking of the game going long.
3 Mystic
push through
Remoras.
Early. Yeah, 3 Mystic Remoras. This is what this game's going to look like for the entire texture of the game.
Oh, Commandeer coming out. Well,
Wow.
To be fair, there'll still be 3 Mystic Remoras.
I love that he pitched a Steel Enchantment for that Commandeer, too. So no matter what, he was getting that Mystic Remora. And there it goes. It's been commandeered.
Well, still
Wow.
3 Mystic Remoras, just one person has 2 of them. Vivi has a really big opportunity, and they really capitalize on all this card advantage they're going to get.
Watch Rog Thras just pass.
I'm going to pass the lowest.
Oh, no, we're playing into it. 2 draws for the Vivi player. This is huge.
That's so many cards. Like, the Vivi player must have something on their turn, and maybe something very explosive.
Hopefully a land drop, because they're only at 1 right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to discard some resources.
Land being binned at end of turn to hand size, and down to the Rog Thras, paying for the Mystic Remora and drawing a card for turn.
Yeah, they'll be paying for that for the next few turns, I'm sure.
So they got anything cooking. We got, I believe, a Forbidden Orchard coming in. Makes any colors. I'm pretty sure the 1/1 does not matter.
There's the Rog.
See if anything else is going to come in, but it might just be a past turn angle. The double Mystic Remora really de-incentivizing casting any non-creature spells.
It's true. Is he going to crack the Lotus Petal to pay for it, do you think?
He is choked on that.
Maybe.
No.
I could see them keeping just 1 around. 2 is a lot. It really depends if they drew lands or not.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just going to tap the land and keep the new one instead of cracking the... I don't know why I thought that. Maybe he's got a Spirit Guide and he's going to keep both of them.
And that is possible. Like, so many cards being drawn, maybe you just don't need the Spirit Guide anymore. Just keep them around for 1 more turn. Just play some in and get a couple more cards before your next explosive turn.
Looks like we're debating over who to give the 1/1 colorless Spirit token to.
So to be clear, the 1/1 Spirit coming off of Forbidden Orchard does not have flying. It is just a 1/1 on the ground.
And we're just passing.
All right, on to Vivi's turn. We'll see if they keep either or both of the Mystic Remoras. So, keeping a T&K's Mystic Remora and getting rid of their own. drawing a card for turn, presumably having a land drop, hopefully, and we'll see what they got. And there's that volcanic island.
There it is. We got a land.
Cards, but it's gonna go to no use. So you guys can have cards too. Here's a strike at Rich.
It's a strike at Rich.
One more.
So we're definitely going to see a VV next turn, I'm sure.
This treasure and put my hand out of an 8 drop. So I will move to just.
Yeah, just one spell, discard the hand size, getting rid of the bad cards, and getting ready for that explosive Vivi turn next turn, hopefully.
Looking great. And let's see if Rogsai's got like a Rhystic Study or something to follow up on this Naws with no protection. The naked Naws, if you will.
Don't see a land yet. So just an Arcane
land.
Signet running right into those cards once more. No land.
Unfortunate.
That's tough.
And straight to the end step. Very sad. You have to go for hands like that with Rogsai. The naked Naws is just sometimes too tantalizing to resist.
I
And it
wonder
gets you there.
It's definitely like if it worked out, the game would be over right now. Who cares? But in events like this, maybe it's not worth keeping a hand like that because it might be too risky.
I don't know. In a format where your win rate is only 25% to begin with, I think going for risky plays like that is good.
Oh no, R1.
Oh, we only got one? I keep forgetting, I'm sorry.
Players having a conversation right now over how many F-bombs they're allowed to use. I don't think their audio is on the stream right now. So, oh, it is? Oh, it is. Never mind.
So hopefully they can keep it to a nice minimum one before the FCC comes down and knocks at our door.
1 minute and 5 or 6 cards.
So we're looking at what we got.
I will tell you
It's
one
fine.
thing.
This isn't your mama's grandma's CEDH stream. You
This
can
is
say
my
whatever.
Christian Minecraft server CEDH stream. So they're analyzing what Troy's got for resources right now. Clearly scared of him. He's drawn the most cards. This could also be some deflection on the part of TNK, who also has quite a few resources, drawn quite a few cards with the Esper Sentinel. The Mystic Remora was their second draw engine. So we'll see how this goes here, but I think people are starting to look at trying to create windows for themselves based on how this game is going. We'll see if people can make those open up, or if we're just going to get drowned in Rogthras value as people continue to hold things back.
We'll see what happens. The TNK really going through the hand, playing an Ancient Tomb. That's actually a pretty impactful land drop. We'll see what we can do with all this mana.
Cast a Smothering Tithe.
And a Smothering Tithe.
Smothering Tithe with all this Mystic Remora is now very interesting because Mystic Remora is a May. You don't
Yeah.
have to draw the card. So will they decline the card draw to keep TNK off of mana?
I mean, I wouldn't. But we'll see. Sometimes people do. And it looks like they're letting it resolve.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in my hand.
We've got a
going-
card count coming out. We might have a Jessica's Will coming in. That is the thing I'm sniffing.
I think we're just discarding the hand size.
Run. I'm gonna hit you for 1.
One damage being delivered. Gotta get those ship-ins. It is funny that we're attacking the player who already cast an Adnaz and is like exiled forever.
I mean, like, what if they play Bolas's Citadel or Necro? It's still a possibility. Like, Rogsai is a really, really good Necro deck, too. That's the thing about it.
He wants to.
And I think he's on Necro Dominance, too.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
I'm pretty sure he's on Necro Potence and Necro Dom.
Whatever.
He does have the 1/1 Spirit over there, it looks like. Just no blocks, though. I wouldn't block either if I were him, keeping my 1/1 around for sacrificing to things like Phyrexian Tower. What's the card? Beseech the Mirror, that thing. All things that I would want to use that token for, so I would keep it. I'm surprised he gave it to Rogsai and not Vivi.
Well, I think he wanted the Rockside player to block the Esper Sentinel with it and basically get a bunch of free value for like quote, quote, doing nothing, but the Rockside player did not take the bait.
No, I wouldn't have either.
Take. I think you already took the 1. I think we should be. Yeah, because it was just City Brass.
Alright, a little bit of a talk about life totals of the City Brass in play. Make sure the life totals are in fact correct on screen.
And then we're discarding.
I like to move to.
There is a Brain Freeze and a Cyclonic Rift I saw in there, it looks like.
I'm going to.
And we're going to go into Rogthras's turn.
7. I'm going to discard Talisman Dominance and Basilisk.
We're going into Rogthras's turn as they have a Cradle now.
We'll see if they pay for Mystic Remora. Like, it's now way more interesting to like
Spirit.
maybe get rid of it because of the Smothering Tithe. And it's starting to get up there in terms of cost and keeping it around with the cumulative upkeep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they paid for Mystic Remora. with the Gaia's Cradle.
We did it.
I think it makes sense.
Did we go to your draw step, Bob? Yeah.
On top, I'll pick a fish.
So did pay for the fish.
Yep, of
It is
course,
here to
of course.
stay. So that means there is going to be a treasure generated.
Okay. You just not.
So
Analyzing our options. Volcanic Island.
Handle.
Oh, handle. Sure. Sure.
Oh, Candelabra.
I'll draw.
Candelabra's really good with that Gaia's Cradle, though.
It is
Right now,
extremely
it's just
good,
kind
yeah.
of not a whole lot going on right now for Rogdadas' turn.
This T&K player looking so scary with all of these treasures. And the Esper Sentinel still drawing them cards. Game slipping away from Vivi very quickly.
Although I think this is the turn where Vivi can make it happen. So if Vivi can make a pretty big impact and try to secure the game at this point, I think there's a real chance they can have it. But this is their opportunity to do so.
Yeah, they just have to do something about this Mystic Remora if they're going to be storming off into it. They need to have some kind of plan for what to do with it or the cards he gets off of it. But it's definitely possible for him.
I'll pitch a test.
There's no Vivi on the battlefield, though, which makes it more difficult. Fish is gone. Let's see how they make it happen.
Oh, did you drop?
I did. You can have your treasure. I'm not paying for it.
So another treasure being made. We have 4 treasures. That's a lot of mana up for the TNK player, plus any sort of free interaction they might be having in their hand.
And I will pay 3 and play a Ristic Study.
Oh, Vivi player not going for a Vivi, just playing a Ristic Study, trying to get more card advantage over time, but I'm worried the TNK player is just going to run away with the game at this point.
I think Heuristic Study is a good option going into it. They have to cast a lot of spells to win, and you're banking on the Rogthras player now, focusing on the T&K player instead of you. They definitely have more stuff to interact, and the Mystic Remora.
If you show me your hand, I won't back it. I'll show. I don't have anything.
We're hearing, if you show me your hand, I'll counter it, or I won't counter it from
And
the Rogthras
in a
player.
competitive event, you can always just show your hand. There's nothing saying you can't.
You're also not access to any game at one point.
Interesting sort of politics going on right now.
So save it because I don't have anything.
We're trying to negotiate here.
I'm moving, like I said, I'm gonna move. I don't have anything else to play. I'm gonna move to. I did play my land already, so I'm gonna move to this card.
Sure.
If anyone's got tutors or anything.
No, you're good.
Move this card.
Looks like it's resolving.
Yeah, Mystic resolving. Vivi just moving to the end of their turn, pitching some cards down the hand size, and that'll be that. We'll see if Roxa has anything left in the tanker or is able to pull out their own card advantage piece, because they're kind of the odd one out at this point.
Yeah, I know, I doubt it, honestly. Maybe they'll get lucky and draw something, but it looks like they are just cooked here, unfortunately. As much as we love to see Rogsai win. Let's see, though. They could pull it out. Land drop, Beseech the Mirror, Necro. That'll get there.
Something I do enjoy about the CEDH events, I'm used to seeing like Turn of Magic where like the hall is very quiet. This is like a lot of bantering, a lot of chatter, a lot of laughing, even though
Yes.
this is a pretty high stakes event.
Yeah, $350 and a volcanic island, and we're chilling out. We're hanging out. That's one of the things I like about this format. It can get very intense sometimes for the same reasons, but as there's a bout of laughter from behind us going on there, it can also just be very fun.
I know. I feel it in my bones. It sucks.
Let's see. We're casting something.
Yeah.
Diabolic Intent.
I had a
Sacking
feeling
that
that was
token.
it.
Remora's first. Or Ristic Studies first, sorry.
I'll draw.
Tithe? Remora?
I'm not paying for anything.
I presume you're not paying for Tithe.
Nope, you don't.
Remora, I presume you're not paying for Tithe. Esper Sentinel, I'll draw.
Nothing.
I'm gonna pass on Diabolic.
Nothing being paid, cards being drawn, treasures being generated, and this Diabolic Intent does resolve. What do you think Rogsai is
Mystic
getting?
Remora, pass Mystic Remora.
Mystic Remora, most likely. But as the players also just said, Mystic Remora cast Mystic Remora.
I'm more worried about this No, I want him now in the 6.
Yeah, the Timid deck definitely very scary as players are talking about it now. They have so many treasures. They've drawn a lot of cards in this Esper Sentinel. They're in a very, very, very strong position. We'll see what they do going into their turn. So we get most likely Mystic Remora here out of the Rogsai deck.
That's not an excuse. You're right. I'm playing a slow deck, though, you know?
We'll see. Could be Ancient Tomb Wheel. You never know.
It could be. Like, Ancient Tomb Wheel would make a lot of sense. Although there is that Mystic Remora.
The fabled Mystic Remora.
I believe we have seen all 4 Mystic Remoras from every single player at this point.
That's CEDH, baby.
Pass on Mystic Remora.
All right. And Mystic Remora's resolved. We're passing turn. We're going into Team K's turn. This is a crucial turn for the entire table. Will T and K, with all of their mana, eke it out, or are they just going to play 2 commanders and pass? Let's see.
Oh wait, this exotic orchard. Oh no, City of Grass. Yeah, you're good.
I'll respond to the.
Then a Grand Abolisher. They are going for it.
I'm going to cast a mystical tutor.
Mystical Tutor in response to Grand Abolisher.
And draw. Sorry.
Yeah, so Team K with Grand Abolisher is cool. We're going to go for it. If this does get countered, if they don't know the counter, do they have another silence effect to the table? Do they have backups? Like, what's the redundancy they might have in their hand?
They might just go for it anyway because people have spent their effects. Like, there are draw engines in play, but you only have so many counter spells.
Before I get this treasure. So I'll
10 treasures. That's so many.
7 from Remy drawing this.
Yeah, there's an absurd amount of treasures.
Then we're at Mystical Tutor Remora. So Remora trigger from Mystical Tutor.
Yep.
Tithe.
So cards being drawn still, Tide's ticking up.
Player Mystical Tutor on this. And you still have a Ristic trigger on the stack?
Yes.
Oh wait, no, hang on. That means we shouldn't have resolved this.
I have.
Oh, no, you're good. No, you're good. No, you're right. No, you're right. No, everything's fine.
Priority gets so confusing when the stack gets mired like this with the Ristic Studies and the Mystic Remora triggers.
Where is my real life Magic Arena client? I just want all the cards on the side and a big old stack to kind of show me what's going on.
This format would crash it. I mean, it crashes Magic Online. So,
Well, Magic Online is basically Excel simulator. You can't tell me otherwise.
that's true. I won't argue with that at all.
All right, Grand Abolisher still on the stack. We'll see if it resolves.
And then
So we are. The stack is Grand Abolisher, Ristic Study trigger, and then
this is resolved, so now we're back.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Back down.
So now we've tutored for a card. Ristic Studies putting it on top of our deck.
What is the card that we got on top?
Looks like Force of Will.
I'll bring this.
Ooh, and a Brain Freeze to get it off the top.
Ripstorm with the. I have my own storm. If you want to use these ones.
We did see that in his hand earlier. He showed it to the camera.
So I believe we have a storm count of 3. So we're looking at 3 Brain Freezes, obviously
So we
potential of
have
milling
Grand
9.
Abolisher, Mystical Tutor, Brain Freeze.
Yep.
All right, so I will cast Brain Freeze, targeting Troy.
How many copies are we? The storm trigger on the stack.
The storm trigger, the Brain Freeze, I believe.
It looks like we're
Yep. So
milling 9 cards.
9 cards towards the Vivi player, really making sure that if they still have 1 counter spell, they're not going to still lose their Force of Will. That Force of Will is going away.
The top of the stack is Rami's Mystic Remora. Are we good?
Yep. Rami's Mr. I'll get draw.
I'll have Smothering Tithe.
And Smothering Tithe getting just more treasures throughout all of this, making the Team Case player spells effectively free with all these draw
Brain
engines.
freezes.
No, but you're a Ristic from my Brain Freeze.
Oh yes. So I will draw this.
Yeah.
And then
Actually, I'm sorry. Did you already put it back in your head?
yeah, I can put it
Yeah,
back on.
yeah, that's fine. Because yeah, I'm gonna pay for this.
Paying for the Ristic
Paying
Studies
for
so he
Ristic
doesn't
Study-
draw the
yeah.
Force of Will. That makes sense.
Yep.
Smothering.
And he still went treasure positive from that, even paying for the Ristic Study.
There's one top, right? Pardon? The top of the stack is Storm Trigger
Storm
from
triggers
Brain
on the
Freeze.
stack.
So we're back on the storm trigger.
Correct.
Yep.
So contemplation with this
There's only one break.
with Storm off the Brain Freeze, trying to figure out what to do because he really wants his Force of Will, but Kirby doesn't look like he's going to get it.
Do you
No.
mind just? Oh, you have the die here.
But here's a Fierce Guardianship.
Yeah. So we have actually, Remy, do you mind if I use more of your real estate since we're here?
I will say it's not a good sign when the Rock Size player playmat is being used to represent a stack. Doesn't mean they have a lot of stuff going on.
No, I mean Roxanne never has much going on in terms of board state, to be fair. But there's a lot of stuff going on here. So the Force of Negation is now on top of the Fierce Guardianship is now on top of the stack. The Ristic Study trigger is resolving. He's not paying for the Ristic Study Rogthrast player, so that means the Vivi player can now draw the Force of Will, and the Force of Will can be used against the Grand Abolisher.
Little trigger from Fierce Guardian. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
I don't know if there's more. Yeah, are there more triggers, tokens? Yeah, so this is my Esper.
We love to see the trigger tokens getting used like that from Original Print Proxies, one of the sponsors of our stream. You can check them out at Original Print Proxies on Instagram, Twitter, Etsy as well.
This is my Esper Sentinel trigger from Fierce Guardian.
I passed on the Esper.
Good result.
Yeah.
Bobby, you paying the one?
All right. So Esper Sentinel trigger is resolving. Nobody paying. Card being drawn.
So now we're at Fierce Guardianship targeting Ray Freeze.
So Fierce Guardianship targeting the Brain Freeze, which will counter the original Brain Freeze. The Storm copies still resolve.
Is there an advantage to targeting the original Brain Freeze with the Fierce Guardianship versus targeting one of the Storm copies?
I don't think the Storm trigger's resolved yet. So the Storm copies aren't on the stack right now. You have to target the original Brain Freeze.
But the two others will still be appearing onto the stack regardless.
Yes, yeah. So I think the advantage is they're trying to do it now, because once you get to the point in the stack where the Storm trigger resolves, it'll be too late for him to draw the Force of Will.
Is that okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Actually, no, I guess not. He's probably doing it. He's doing it early now before he could resolve a card.
Oh, TNK was Brain Freezing themselves and only
With this-
targeted one
well,
at the Force of Will.
Right. The Storm trigger get going after themselves. That makes a lot of sense.
Grand Abolisher back on the stack. Stack has been mostly cleared. We'll see if there's anything else for this Grand Abolisher before it resolves.
Oh, look at that. Force of Will. Where did that come from?
Oh, that's weird.
Crazy.
So we have
Force of Will targeting Grand Abolisher, not paying taxes in the draw engines. We're going to see 2 more treasures made for TNK off that Smothering Tithe. Gross.
on Rami's.
Rami got a lot of cards in hand now.
I get a try. Go ahead. Yep, I get it.
How many treasures is that? Are we looking like 15 plus treasures?
It's definitely double digits of treasures. He's got effectively infinite mana.
And then we have another counterspell, I believe, entering the stack.
Remora,
Can't quite make out what that is, but I imagine that is countering Force of Will.
Yours. I'll pay for Ristic City. Pay
Yep.
for Mystical Aura.
I have a question. I have one interaction spell, but it's gonna kill me. But he's gonna win if Jada resolves. That's all I have.
Pact of Negation being shown
So
from the Rogthras.
Rogthras trying to see if they can politic a way into this game, because they cannot currently pay for Pact of Negation, but maybe they can still make an impact with it.
Yes, yeah. If there's a Flusterstorm, for example, the Flusterstorm could counter the Pact of Negation after it resolves, or not after it resolved, after it's responded to on the stack. That's why he's showing it. He's trying to be like, I will help if someone can, like, Flusterstorm, point one of the Storm triggers at this Pact of Negation, or someone could do something to make me a mana, untap one of my lands with a snap on my upkeep, something like that. I'll play it, but you have to show me that you can save me, is more or less what he's saying.
I didn't draw an interaction, but like this literally just kills me.
Heavy negotiations going on right now.
Yeah, but
So, draw trigger on the stack, still responding to that kind of spell with the counter magic targeting Force of Will. And a lot of discussion around this Pact of Negation as we're seeing on the screen. If the Rogthras player casts it, they do lose, but maybe they can cooperate and try to make something happen.
kill myself.
Just wait a minute.
We'll see.
Although I did hear the phrase, quote, just win.
Yeah, yep. The Rog side slogan. The Rog side deck might have something too that they're sandbagging. If I were the Rog side player, I would just shut up.
Yeah, start
That makes sense. Sure. I can point all copies of plus the store of that force.
trap.
Oh, so that was a Flusterstorm on the stack, and now we have Mindbreak Trap trying to exile a couple more spells off the stack.
Oh yeah, look at that.
My break up.
Yeah.
Mindbreak Trap clearing the stack.
And that means
Grand Abolisher did not resolve. I
gone,
believe.
exiled, kaput, out of here.
So
Goodbye.
And there's a
Grand
demonic
Demolisher.
tutor. So it looks like TK is just gonna just trying to burn out all the interaction this whole time and just trying to go for the win or another silence effect.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, why not just go for it? Everyone played a bunch of interaction spells. What are the odds they got more?
Well, whenever you put it like that, it's called they always have it.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm not in the game, so my words don't affect it. I hope.
Draw. Hang on. Remora. Tide. Ristic not paying.
I'll draw. You can have a treasure.
Not paying.
So we just hit 10 treasures. We're really making a dent in that treasure bank, but still, 10's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what they're going to grab with that demonic tutor. Is it just going to be a big old win card or just another silence effect to protect whatever they have already going on?
We shall see. I'm interested to see what the Rogsai's got in his hand at this point. He's drawn a lot of cards. He could have something.
Voice of victory.
There it is. A Voice of Victory. Another silence effect. You called it. I'm just going to draw from the Ristic Study.
No, I don't know.
Force of Will. He drew it. Pitching the Pact Negation?
And fish.
Storm up to. This was 8. Force of Will makes 9.
Alright, so.
What are we pitching? Pact Negation?
Alright.
I can't quite see what that is.
Not pitching Pact, but Pact is still in hand.
Tide. Force of Will on Voice of Victory. Pass.
There we go.
Voice of Victory gone. We'll see if TNK just passes the turn at this point. It doesn't seem like they have it much now.
Nope,
Or they're just going to go for it.
They're still going to go for it. You got to keep going for it in situations like this. You just keep burning the counter spells. That means there's less and less to be used against you. If you have it, you have it. Like they say, just win. Although we haven't seen anything from Rogsai, though. They're not on as many interaction spells in that deck, but they still have some. Monkey Blast, for example, and one they have access to. It's a Simian Spirit Guide and a Red Elemental Blast or Pyro Blast.
I love how it's called Monkey Blast. That's so funny.
Yeah. Now, if Simian Spirit Guide and Pyroblast is Monkey Blast, another silence effect.
How many silence effects is this TNK player just going to bust out? This time is a Ranger Captain of Eos, which has the sacrifice effect of your opponents can't play spells.
Yep.
And also gets a bonus one-drop
Getting
creature.
priority
Though
pass from everybody.
I'm not sure if the one-drop creature matters at this point. It's
No.
definitely just the silence effect.
I don't even know if he has any left in his deck with Esper Sentinel gone.
Ranger Cat. Did you get the storm for Ranger Cat?
Yeah, it's 11.
Storm count's still ticking up. I'm not sure how relevant that's
We're
going to
responding
be.
to the ETB.
2 to your face, I guess. And then.
Wild Slash to their face. We're triggering all of the.
So we have Remora.
Oh, so we're not responding to the ETB. We're just doing this in response to things.
Remora, Tide. I'm good on this thing.
Okay, cool.
Take 2.
And then
So cards being drawn, trying to see if you can draw a piece of interaction for this Ranger Captain of Eos with all those various Ristic Studies and Mystic Moras, but I'm not sure if it's enough. And there's that pact. The
There it
Rock
is.
Bass will be taking the L on their upkeep unless something else happens.
There might be a snap in someone's hand now. It could be a thing. I don't know who's the man to spend it.
Ranger Captain of Eos getting countered, Pact Negation resolving, and what do we...
What spell is that?
Actually, no, yeah, you're good. And then I'll get which one?
I can't tell.
Is that a Witch Claw Talisman? It feels
Oh,
like a Witch Claw
that's a
Talisman.
Witch Claw Talisman,
Witch Claw
yeah,
Talisman
there you
being
go.
used. How many silence effects does TNK have? Do they have another silence effect?
I don't think so. I think this is just the W now. We shall see. Witch Claw Talisman going to Rogsai, which makes the most sense. They're very behind.
And they're furthest away in terms of turn order, so it'll be used the latest.
Exactly.
I'll draw.
Tithe continuing to tick up.
I don't have anything. I'll respond to silence.
The silence now on the stack.
Cast force, pitching a whole breaker here.
Force on Hullbreaker Horror targeting silence.
Not paying.
How many silence effects and or counter spells are we going to burn through?
This is wild. Absolutely wild.
Bit of a dice catastrophe, but we'll get past that. So, deck got shuffled, cuts occurring. We'll see if TNK has anything on this Force of Will. My guess would be no, and there's nothing.
Force of negation, so it's exiled. And there's the breach coming down.
Remora is good to draw. I'll pay for Mystic.
So paying for Mystic this time with all that treasure makes a lot of sense. You're trying to deny the resources when your opponent and hoping don't draw yet another counterspell.
And he's casting the Grand Abolisher off the breach now. This is
I
it.
got NBT. I'm gonna cast Voice of Victory.
Or Voice to Victory, either one.
Oh, yeah, Voice to Victory. That works too. Yeah, right, because the Grand Abolisher got MBT'd.
I'll pay for Mystic.
Paying for Mystic again.
Yep, trying to avoid the Odawara, trying to avoid any other interaction he might draw here last minute. And he's got the Brain Freeze and the Lotus Petal, so it looks like this game is over.
GG.
Yep.
Heck
Game's
yeah.
over. That
Well
is
done.
it.
Well done to our T&K player. We'll love to
Quite
see
a
it.
turn, like really showing why TNK is a top tier deck in the format.
One would argue the best deck in the format, for sure. It's just got all the good cards and so many silence effects. So many silence effects. That Smothering Tithe proved to be completely crucial there, giving him like something upwards of 20 mana that
I
turn.
wouldn't be surprised if it was 30 or 40 mana total that Smothering Tithe
It was
has made.
insane. It was, he cast the Ranger Captain for 3 mana. He cast Grand Abolisher for 2 mana. He cast Voice of Victory for another 2 mana. He cast Silence for 1 mana. And Silence effects alone, he's at 8 mana.
Well,
just
Voice
for
of
the
Victory I think is
silence
9
effects.
mana, so it's 9. Plus
Yes.
is a recast of Voice of Victory, so it's actually 12.
And then 3 tutors, Diabolic Intent, Demonic Tutor, and Wishclaw Talisman, which costs 3. So that's another
That's like 18
7
mana.
mana in tutors. Yeah, that's
That's like 20 mana.
wild.
Just,
Absolutely
just
wild.
then, and it's not including paying for Mystic Study during a lot of those later iterations as well.
Smothering Tithe, very good card. Very, very, very good card. For sure. Very standard win from TNK for what we're seeing your CEDH right now. Just amass a value engine, sit on it for a few turns, and then find some way to punch through all of those draw engines on the opponent's side of the field. We were talking about at the beginning of the game why silence effects are so popular. This is why, because you can use them to punch through opponents who are going to draw into literally all their interaction from their deck if you keep going with your combo. So being able to stick those silence effects, really, really helpful for TNK as a deck.
Now, it's really interesting because I think about this earlier in the game, how at what point should you stop drawing cards with Mystic Roar and stuff? Because that kind of fed the Smothering Tithe. Like there's two sides to the coin. The first one is you need to draw interaction to fight against the counter magic. But on the flip side, you're giving them so much mana to let them interact with you more and just keep redeploying the same spells over and over. So like at what point should you stop?
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward for sure, but I think in this format specifically, you do need to take those high risk, high reward decisions, and I think it is correct to just keep drawing, even with the Smothering Tithe on the board. There are situations where that won't be the case, but I think 90% of the time, you're just drawing, and you need more cards, and you want to be able to win if it gets to your turn as well. Odds of someone getting stopped at any given point are fairly high with 3 players pointing interaction against them, especially with all those draw engines. So being able to bank on your opponents, being able to stick a silence effect during the player who's trying to combo turn, like a silence to stop them from comboing, are also fairly high. And not in that pot because there weren't any silences besides the TNK, but usually it's good just to gamble on drawing all the cards and letting your opponents keep going. If they don't win, then you're maybe going to win, but it's you have a 25% chance to win no matter what, so it's good to take those high risk, high reward plays when you can. You might not get another opportunity to take a chance to win if you don't take that one. It's kind of like what we saw in that early Nas. Like, that was low odds to win, no interaction coming out. But if he didn't take it, when was he going to try and win?
Yeah, that's a good point. Still, big congrats to the TNK player. We'll see when they end up trickling out of the room. We can get a winner's interview from them.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to hear like how they parse through all those various triggers, trying to figure out when they brain freeze themselves instead of brain freezing someone else.
Right. Yeah. Do you wanna do this one?
No, I'll let you take this one.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll go grab him then.
So we'll be right back with the winner interview from the TNK player.
All right, so we're back here with Ben, who just won on TNK in spectacular fashion.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, I gotta know, how many of those were in your hand when you started the game, the silence effects?
My intention
4.
that whole turn cycle was I'm going to tutor for so many Grand Abolishers when it gets back to me. Untap, draw Grand Abolisher, I swear.
Oh, nice.
So we
Hell
just
yes.
led with that. And then, yeah, the Tithe just... I could have sent a win the turn I cast the Tithe. Did not feel safe at all. It was
Right.
like an Xaxes, literally just like breach, brain freeze, pedal. Did not feel like that would have gone through in that spot at all. So I'm like, Smothering Tithe. And then honestly, the single biggest sweat moment of that game for me was just when Bob was like, I'm like, I don't think we fight over this. I don't think we fight over this. Untap with... How many treasures did I make that game?
We were trying to do the math after the game. You made around 18 just from what you spent on the tutors and the silence effects.
I think I paid for at least 2 fish triggers.
Yep, you paid
that
for
push.
fish. You paid for heuristic study like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
There was probably around 30 mana from the Smothering Tithe that turn.
Card's really strong.
Yes.
White Omniscience. It's pretty good.
That's what you got to do to punch through all the draw engines.
Yep.
Is make a bazillion mana and cast 5 silence effects.
Yep.
The Voice of Victory happened twice.
Yes, it did. I cast Grand Abolisher, Voice of Victory, Silence, Ranger Captain of Eos, Silence, and when I had a Resolve Breach with also the Revel in Silence, Flame Scroll, whatever, in my graveyard, and still an Orm's Chant in my deck.
Yep, wild. It's crazy that we're seeing so many silence effects nowadays, but that's what you got to do with. Before with Dockside, you could play that and punch through stuff pretty easily.
Definitely.
But now you have to amass a little bit more value in silence.
And they can, in addition to just stopping someone else from winning, they're incredibly good leverage pieces in politics.
Right.
And then obviously we know how good they are when you just get to your turn with the win and protect it, awesome. But also, like, especially like if you're, I've noticed since I've switched to this list that has that higher density of the silence effects, you can just be like, I'll pass. I'm not ready yet. I'll silence you. I'll silence you. I'll silence you. I'll Orange Chant you. I'll Revel in Silence on your turn. Get back to me, Grand Abolisher.
Nice.
You can do stuff like that.
Are you on Defense Grid too?
In Blue Farm, not right now.
No, okay.
One of my favorite Rockside cards, but not in Blue Farm yet.
So no Defense Grid. I'm assuming also no Spider Punk.
No, not yet.
But you're on all the ones besides. That's crazy that you're even on Orm's Chant. That's so deep. It just shows how strong all of these things are. There's Revel in Silence up on the screen there. That one's underrated because the other side also stops a lot of decks from winning the game. Like there's a lot of decks that need to make infinite like Thrasios activations and then let them resolve so they can draw a card, put their hand, play it.
Yeah,
They
that
just
can
can't
stop
win.
them. A pretty talented Thrasios player or just one with the proper setup is just going to be like, cool, I'll respond to all of those triggers, and I will just win anyway. Or activations or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's still a very useful card.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It was really spectacular seeing all of that stuff. So were you at any point concerned about the draw engines coming down? 'Cause you got your Mystic More commandeered, which was hilarious.
Really funny.
That was great. Was there any point where you were like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get buried here, or were you always just pretty confident about what you had?
Yeah. Well, the mana situation made everything. Both the fact that I made like 40 treasures and the fact that I don't believe. Rockside either had 1 or 0 mana available that whole push.
They had 1, yeah.
And the VV player Troy had I think 1 or 2 mana the entire turn cycle, and one of them was a Lotus Petal that he would have had to hard commit to. And then yeah, honestly, like I didn't have many counter spells. Like actually, I don't even think I found the Flusterstorm eventually, and I think maybe one other one.
Yeah, you had one more.
But like literally, like the plan going into the turn was like tutor for Grand Abolisher. If that doesn't work, tutor for Voice of Victory. If that doesn't work, tutor for Ranger Captain. And then I just got to skip step 1 by just drawing Grand Abolisher.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, we super love to see it. Thank you for coming on. Talk to us.
Of course, good to see you again.
Excellent job on the win. Yeah,
Thank you very
too,
much.
dude.
Yeah, that should lock us for the bye to top 4. So
That's super
let's go.
hype. Well
Blue Farm
done.
good. Play
Well
back.
done. We'll see you in finals.
Awesome. Thanks, man.